At $200, the Thrustmaster T-LCM pedals are currently the least expensive mass market pedals featuring load cell technology. But even for the relatively low cost of $200, are they worth it? Let's find out. Before I get started, I just want to mention a few important details. For one, this video will not go in depth in terms of the specifics of load cell brakes and why they are so much better. I'm just going to assume that you know what they are. Second, I did receive this product free of charge from Thrustmaster themselves, however they didn't send it for review purposes. I'm just making this video because I feel like it. And as I always like to mention, when reviewing products, the biggest factor I always take into consideration is the cost and value for money. As I am a full-time college student in the United States, trust me, I value money more than most. The last thing I wanted to mention is that I've been using these pedals for about 3 months now, so unlike many other people making reviews on these, I've actually used them for more than just a few days. As I always do with all my reviews, I'll start off with the positives, move on to the negatives, and end off with my final thoughts and recommendations, and of course timestamps are in the video description if you just want to jump around. It's well known in the sim racing community that load cell pedals do have a positive impact on your performance in game, and this is very much the case with these pedals. I can say with confidence that I have improved significantly in not only my lap times but more importantly my consistency in game, so if you're looking at these pedals solely due to the fact that you want to improve, this will definitely do the job. However, more than just improving performance in game, assuming you're coming from a cheaper potentiometer based pedals, they also look quite good while doing so. Now, I'll admit that this is based off personal preference more than anything else, but I really do think they look good and feel premium as well. The pedals themselves are made out of brushed metal which look and feel stunning. These pedals feature this metal plate which you either like or you don't. I personally like it, but I can see why many others might not. In game, I've never had a problem with it, but if you for some reason play barefoot, I would imagine it gets cold. The pedals themselves are constructed from metal and feature this cool looking hexagonal pattern. This is meant to increase their stability and prevent them from flexing in any way. More than that, they also give a very cool and unique look. Taking a look behind the T-LCMs, you see the load cell brake pedal. The brake pedal features these exposed springs to allow the user to swap them out to increase or decrease the amount of force required to suit their needs. With these pedals you receive a bunch of other springs, so it makes it very convenient and easy to fine-tune them. Furthermore, the pedal plates are adjustable so you can adjust their pivots, the distance between them, and all that stuff with relative ease. In terms of how they react and feel in game, they have been great. The clutch and gas pedal require little force to push and act as you would expect, and the brake pedal allows for precision when braking and feels very realistic to win in a real car. I will admit that I did take a few days to get used to them, and most people usually do. Another great thing about the Thrustmaster T-LCMs is their compatibility. These pedals are compatible with Xbox and PlayStation systems as well as PC. Furthermore, they can plug in directly and don't require a compatible Thrustmaster wheel to function. So if you currently have a Logitech G29 and want to upgrade the pedals, you can use these with it. But of course, if you do have a Thrustmaster wheelbase like the TSXW, you can also connect the pedals directly there. Taking a look underneath the T-LCMs, there's nothing too notable. There are a few rubber grips, but due to the force required to push the brake and the relatively bulky nature of these, you are going to want these mounted on a cockpit, or at least make sure to place them against the wall so they don't fly into orbit as soon as you apply the brakes. There's also an indent for cable management, which is nice to have. Of course, these pedals can be mounted on nearly all mass market cockpits, but if you have a DIY one, they also come with a mounting plate that tells you where to drill the holes if that is something you need to do. Being completely honest, I've been reflecting on this for the last few minutes and there really isn't too much to complain about, and definitely nothing I would consider a deal breaker. Some people have criticized the look of these pedals, and to be honest, I didn't think they were the prettiest either online. But in person, once you see the nice finish of the pedals and the pedal plate shining under light, they don't look bad at all. At the end of the day, this is all just personal preference, and for most, a sim rig isn't even meant to look pretty anyway. Something I don't like about these pedals is the plastic body. Although it performs and does the job well even under significant pressure, I wish it was made out of a more premium material just to give the pedals a nicer overall feel. Considering that they are the cheapest ones in the market, I guess it's not something you can really complain about, but it would still be nice to have nonetheless. Finally, there is some flex in the side-to-side movement of these pedals. You can see it visibly here as I'm moving them with my hand, although it's never bothered me, nor have I ever really even felt it in game. However, if you mainly play using the clutch and are heel toeing constantly, I've heard that some people say that it's noticeable. So although it's never affected me personally, it's something to keep in mind nonetheless. In essence, you can't go wrong with the Thrustmaster T-LCM load cell pedals. They're a solid, good looking, and most importantly a game-changing piece of equipment that comes in at a stunning price. While $200 is by no means a small amount of money, when compared to other sim racing equipment and more importantly other load cell pedals in the market, they are considered a bargain. So if you're looking to further up your competitiveness in game and take your sim racing experience to the next level, a load cell brake pedal is essential, and the T-LCMs will give you that without causing too much damage to your wallet. As always, please let me know what you think in the comments and consider pressing the like button if this video brought any value to you. But with all that being said, thank you all for watching, stay safe, and have a fantastic rest of your day.